Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode we concluded various quests around Clock Town and, quite frankly, the entire world. This episode we are going to be finally getting on with the main story again. So, if we talk to this bloke here in North Clock Town, having just reset to a new day, stop right there, have you an errand in the mountains? It is dangerous outside the walls, and I cannot allow a child like you to blah blah blah, we've seen all this before. The mountains of Snowhead lie this way, which is our second of the 4 regions that we're going to be focusing on. But we need some stuff first. You'll notice it's dawn of the first day, which means we have no bombs, we have no arrows. I now have some arrows, wonderful. We've got a shiny new quiver, good one, that can hold nearly 50, well it can hold exactly 50 arrows, and yet you start off obviously with 0 every time you reset to the dawn of the first day. Bombs would potentially be handy, but I don't think are strictly necessary here. I may eat my damn words on that when it comes to it. But for now, up here, you'll notice there's this dangling icicle. If we talk to Tattle, she says,
"Up here, take a look at this. I bet if you had a weapon that was strong enough, one shot from it could pierce right through this. And it might take 2 shots.
And indeed, if we use our bow, we can loosen this thing. This is how this area is locked off with the hero's bow. The smart, if you will notice, that means, well, we'll talk about this in a second as we head up. So, this is the road to Snowhead. Hope you like ice physics. Yay, fun. You've got these big boulders here, which are like bombable boulders, so you can only destroy them with bombs, which I haven't got any of at the moment. Oh, he had 20 quid in him. Nice. But yes, there is nothing to stop you once you have got as far as Woodfall Temple and got the hero's bow. Yes, you can come this way, because it kind of doesn't matter whether you're defeated. Oh, I do need bombs to blow that thing up. Fuck. Oh, that's embarrassing. You can fuck off, sir. Ugh. Right, I'm going to go to the bushes out in the field and get some bombs then. Ugh. Well, I might as well continue my thought. It doesn't really matter whether you've beaten Woodfall Temple or not, because even if you have beaten Woodfall Temple, you go back to the beginning of the first day, and you haven't beaten Woodfall Temple. So all that really matters is whether you've got the dungeon item from Woodfall Temple or not. So actually, there's nothing to stop you doing the bosses in any order. Obviously, you have to do the temples in a certain order in order to get the item from the temples, but when you've got as far as having the dungeon item, yeah, you can do whatever the fucking order you want. It's great. Anyway, bomb time, and I'll see you back up there. Right, okay, so now back here successfully, we can lay a bomb at the base of these things. Oh, and just get away in time due to dumb idiot ice physics. Which now opens the way up to Snowhead. Technically, you might have got this far without having bombs. It can happen, if you just don't come across bombs, but of course we did. Oh dear, there's a I was going to say a massive bastard there instead of mastiff. Anyway, up here we get to the village of, I just even have a name, it's just called the Mountain Village. You'll notice the music is a remix, so the 4 regions all have, to some extent, the same music. This bum, 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 bum. It's kind of basically Skull Kid / Majora's Mask theme. It's the ba 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 bum. Except it's remixed for each area. Here it's a lot snowier in its sound. We have an owl statue here, which is great. So now we can soar back up here, and I'll save, why not? Next we've got a Goron. This is indeed the home of the Gorons, but he's not looking too happy up there. He's also got a frog on his head. Up here. I'm sorry to bother you from such a high place, but I'm very hungry and I've gotten stuck here. Okay, well, we'll be dealing with that later because there's not much we can do about that at the moment. This building will become useful to us as well. The Mountain Smithy. We sharpen any sword. We work hard, so your sword works hard for you. And if we head inside, you have these 2 memorable fellows. Shut up! Just when I was having a good dream. Oh. Welcome to the Mountain Smithy. I am Zubora, the owner. Pleased to meet you. Shut up over there! That huge fellow's my assistant, Gabora. He's all brawn and about as smart as a Deku stick. Say, did you come to have your swords sharpened? Unfortunately, we're not doing any business right now. It's because of this abnormal cold snap we've been having. See, our hearth has been frozen over. And the way things are going right now, I won't be able to do any business until spring. If I could just do something about that frozen hearth. Eh, what's that? You say if we had hot water we could melt the ice off the hearth? I don't know, don't you act like you know what you're talking about, you Deku stick. Oh, he believes a rumour that says long ago there were hot springs somewhere in the mountains near here. I don't believe such rubbish. Well, that gives you a bit of an idea of what's going on here. It's abnormally cold in the mountains. That explains why the Goron's shivering and such. There's actually... Mountain Village has one house in it. There, the Mountain Smithy. Here we have two options we can go. This route here over the frozen river. This way to Snowhead. Beware the slippery valley trail and the giant falling snowballs. We'll stay away from that for now. Up here, actually, there's a third way there. You've got deep water. Gorons, beware. And then, finally, down here is what we're actually here for, though it doesn't appear to have a sign. Oh, it does have a sign. There we go. And the sign says... Oh, it's done at the wrong angle. Goron Village ahead. Beware the white wolf-foss. So, that's a Tektites can appear there, isn't it? Yep. Oh, these are Tektites, by the way. They're jumping bastards. There were red Tektites in Ocarina of Time, but they don't seem to be in this game. There's only blue, which take 3 hits to kill. But this area here is the road to the Goron Village. And indeed, yes, a white wolf-foss. It fights the same as a regular wolf-foss. Shield against it when it attacks you. Maybe I should drop the shield to make it attack me more readily. Come on. Come on. Jump away and then thrust towards it, and you'll kill it in pretty quickly. Flip, stab. Perfect. 2 thrusts. Always does it. Ooh, heart. Oh. Well, there's a few things here. There's a frozen Goron there. And if we speak to him, it says,
Whoa, he's frozen solid. Wow, he's one ancient Goron, isn't he?
we don't really speak to him, so we just check him with tattle. But our old friend Tingle is floating around up here. You know what Tingle means? It means maps. Let's bring him down and speed her through this whole nonsense as well of buying a map for Snowhead for 20 rupees. Wonderful! Add that on to the visualizer, and now, yes, these are Tingle's magic words. He created them himself, don't steal them, blah 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 blah. Let's head over to, well, notice another bit of ice there, White Wolf-foss that I'm going to completely ignore, and let's enter the Goron Village. So, here first off, you'll notice there is this guy looking very cold. Oh, it's cold. Oh, being the gatekeeper in this cold is hard. Do you want to enter the Goron Shrine? Then I'll open the door with a ground pound. I'm going to close it right away so it doesn't get cold inside, so hurry up and get in. You ready? The door's already open. I'm going to close it right away, so hurry up. You just need to hop down here and you can get straight into the Goron Shrine and give people. Let's have a little chat to people. What an infuriating sound. We'll get to that in a second. There's various Gorons here. I wish someone would do something. Oh, I can feel it pounding in the back of my head. Oh, you look like you're doing fine despite all this noise. I can feel it in my gut. It's echoing in my empty stomach. A thing to remember when we're in Goron City and dealing with Goron stuff. I've talked about this before, the 5 stages of grief and how they associate with Majora's Mask. Stage 3 in the 5 stages that fits with this area is bargaining. Just remember that for the rest of this episode. This is the room of the Goron tribe's elder. Do you have some kind of business with the elder? Unfortunately, he's out. Since the elder has gone, his son won't stop crying. I wish someone would do something. And indeed, here is the elder's son.
Where, Daddy? I'm cold, Daddy.
The whiny bastard. We're at our wits' ends. The elder went to Snowhead and doesn't seem to be coming back. Now his son is so lonely he won't stop crying. It keeps getting colder outside and inside here. We're so cold we could freeze. It doesn't sound like the Goron's having a great time, I'll be honest. Oh, I can feel it pounding in the back of my head. So, that gives us a bit of a... Well, not really a hint, it doesn't tell us much, but it tells us what is going on. Let's head outside back to the village and explore that a little bit more. And apparently pick up and throw a rock around, because that's what I do. So there's a scrub over there, but he's not much use to us at the moment, and there's various buildings that we actually, technically speaking, can't enter. But over here is everyone's favourite owl. That's not true. Hoot hoot, we meet again, fairy child. Have my stone statues been of help? Well, it seems you have the strength to change the fate of this land, as I had expected. But the road ahead is even more challenging. Many trials await you. Please watch over these Gorons around you. The land is doomed to be smothered in snow and ice together. It will become a land where no living thing can thrive. Without courage and determination, surely you will collapse under extreme conditions. But if that courage and determination burns bright within you, then that's another story. So, will you proceed? Oh, you're a child of many strengths. Well, perhaps you have enough strength to change the fate of this mountain after all. I shall take to the air now, flying towards the shrine across the way. So follow behind me. Do not be daunted by appearances. Indeed, let your I fucked that one up. Instead, get your feelings guide you, and the true path will be open before you. Are you ready? Follow behind me. I swear, every time I do that voice, it's getting like another extra 3 to 4 jowls are added in. But as he said, we need to follow behind him. Trust to faith, not what we can see, and you'll notice feathers are landing on something. Oh, balls! I'm going to take the bunny hood off because I'm going to have a bad time here with it. There's invisible platforms here, and his feathers will show you the way by landing on them. And indeed, using these, we can get over here to the Shrine of Truth. Hold! I have certainly been assured of your courage and determination. From here on, you must not be fooled by appearances. You must rely on your feelings. Now enter the shrine. Something that will aid you in your quest lies within. Use that item when returning from here. So indeed, no tricks or anything in the shrine, it's just go straight ahead and open up the chest. Or not, there we go. You got the Lens of Truth. Gaze through it to see mysteries that are invisible to the naked eye. Set it to a button and use it. Seeing the truth drains magic power, so press the button or tap the icon again to stop looking and using up magic. Yes, indeed. So if I put it on the Y button, I'm glad we got that double magic meter from Woodfall. Bring it up, and you can see things you might not be able to see. What do I mean by this, for example? Well, you'll see there's a chest there that you can't see without the Lens of Truth. It's also got a skeleton on top of it that's about to fall on me, but red rupee, pretty nice. Oh, and I just got out of there in time. There's also one of these boulders has something useful behind it, so I'm actually, in absence of a better strategy, going to blow up all 3 of them and then check. Is that one? No. That one? No. There we go. Yes, it is that second one. I was right. And that gives us 50 rupees. Money, always nice to have. But the Lens of Truth is really what we came here for. Because when we come back... Well, firstly, how do we get back? Oh, with the Lens of Truth. Indeed, we can now see the platforms that we crossed to get over here. And we can see something else floating there. Disappears when we take the lens off. It's the spirit of a Goron.
Can it be? Are you able to see me? If you truly can see me, then follow behind me.
Time for another Follow the Thing side quest. 2 things that make this one easy. Number 1 is the bunny hood, and number 2 is, even if you take the lens off, you can still see the ghost shadow there, so you can follow that pretty easily. There's a quill point over there, so you can at least save here, even though you can't soar here directly, you can only soar to the Mountain Village. Each of the 4 regions has 2 soaring points, one like on the surface of it, and one kind of deep within it. You'll notice as well, from hearing the bell there, oh fuck the Tektite, he's still there, yep. From hearing the bell, it is the night of the first day already. You will notice I did not invert the Song of Time. And that's because I'm doing something with time here. I'll explain what it is next episode, basically. That I am aware that I haven't slowed down time, and I do not intend to. When you get here, talk to him again, and he'll proceed on to the next bit, just so he can kind of wait for you. We basically do just have to follow him all the way back to the Mountain Village, so speeder on, please. Now here we've got to cross this river. It can be a bit jakey, so I tend to put the Deku Mask on, and that way if you fall into the water, you will just kind of hop over it. You can still absolutely use the Mask of Truth when you are Deku Link, that is not a problem. Now we need to climb up, and the best way of doing this is... there's a series of splits of ways, and you just have to know the right way to go. I think you can... Where the fuck's the ghost gone? I don't know, but I know the way anyway. You go right at the first one. Then you go left at the second one. Then you go right again at the third one, and that'll bring us to somewhere we've not been to before. And one of the more powerful cutscenes in the game. It has no text and no voice acting, and yet it holds really well. We'll head in there in a second. This guy here. Oh, this is the grave where a Goron hero rests. I came here to put up the great hero's memorial, but the return route has been blocked by snow and I can't get back to Goron Village. And even worse, my brother has been frozen solid by the cold. Oh, the way things are looking, I'll be frozen too. Oh, it's times like me that make me wish I'd taken some of the hot spring water I found when I was digging the hero's grave. But the hot spring is now covered by the gravestone, and I can't move that by myself. Oh, but I guess this is what made by the Goron saying, there's no use crying over split rocks. So with that, let's enter the hero's grave. Bring up the lens and the man is here himself, and let's talk to him.
The Soaring One said the one who could see me would be arriving soon. It seems that it turned out to be true. I am Darmani III. The proud blood of Goron heroes runs in me. This feels strange for me to say, but when I was alive, I was a renowned warrior and veteran. Yes, when I was alive. But alas, I am now dead. I was fine until I marched off to Snowhead by myself, hoping that I could drive off a demon. It had been wreaking havoc on Goron Village, then the blizzard at Snowhead blew me into the valley, and now, here I am. How infuriating! As I am, I can only watch as Goron Village is slowly buried in ice. I may have died, but I cannot rest. So you can use magic. The Soaring One also told me that you are able to use it. I beg of you, bring me back to life with your magic.
Does that sound like bargaining, ladies and gentlemen?
If it is beyond your power, then I beg of you to do this for me instead. Heal my sorrows. Any way that you can do it will suffice. Please, heal my sorrows.
Bit of a hint there. Hold on to your feelings, lads, is all I'll say for this scene.
What a soothing melody. My sorrows are melting away into the song. I leave my undying feelings with you. The deeds I accomplished while living are carved on my grave. You should read it.
And with that, we get the Goron Mask. This mask contains the spirit of a proud Goron hero. Wear the mask to inhabit the body of a Goron. Take it off to turn it normal.
For the Goron Village, I have asked for your assistance.
Yeah, I find that cutscene just really powerful, despite being very simple. It's just the music of the Song of Healing just fits so. The Song of Healing is sad and slightly haunting, but it fits really nicely there as well, where it's just like it gets the feeling off amazingly of this is a hero who just all he wished for was the strength to save his people, but he failed and he died and he lives with that regret. We're able to set his spirit free from that regret, and his mortal form remains. Yeah, you thought it was fucked up that we got cursed into a Deku. The Goron Mask gives us the power to embody this, to take on the body of a very specific Goron, Darmani III. Introducing Goron Link. And he is very different. He's about as different to regular Link as Deku Link is. He's got a couple of abilities, which we'll hear about by reading his own grave. And people say Twilight Princess is the Dark One. The Goron hero, Darmani III, rests here. In honor of this great hero, this memorial is inscribed with the knowledge of our fallen friend. Will you read the knowledge? Oh, chosen Goron hero, your power to lift objects without effort is mightier than the strength of any other. And your heart is strong too, as it is filled with the compassion that is kinder than any other. Goron heroes use A and the control stick so they may curl up and roll wherever it is that they may need to go. Gorons who possess magic power roll swiftly enough, spikes will emerge from their bodies so that they may mow down enemies. Water is disastrous for Goron heroes, for they stink like stones and are rendered motionless in the deep. Beware. Equally, if we consult the other one, the battle, the powerful punch that the Goron heroes unleash by pressing B is feared by all. By repeatedly pressing B, Goron heroes will deal out a barrage of punches. After using A to curl up, a Goron can jump with B and land with a quaking impact so mighty it can flatten enemies. Indeed, to demonstrate, the Goron's Fire Punch. 3-step combo, punch, punch, butt. Lovely. You can also curl up and roll around, and indeed it was saying if you roll fast enough... Oh, didn't get up to speed there fully. Come on. There we go, spikes come out as this starts draining my magic power, but you become pretty powerful at this point. You can bounce into stuff, it's great fun. Finally, if you curl up, you can do a ground pound like that, which is fairly powerful. I also really like he turns to stone there, and if you shield as a Goron as well, his shielding is just Amrock. It's great. But if you remember what that Goron said outside, he said that the grave is placed over a hot spring. So, this is becoming more important next episode. We can pick up with our bottle. Hot spring water. Use it with the button before it cools. Yes, it has a limited time on it. It's something like 2 or 3 minutes. If we head outside, we can... No, you're not the great Darmani, are you? Then, just whose grave was I making? Did you come back to life because it was so warm beneath your grave? The important thing with hot spring water is we can use it to melt ice, shockingly enough. Oh, what have I been doing? Oh, are you alright, brother? You are frozen, but the great Darmani saved you. The great Darmani? What's with you? Are you half asleep? Did you hear this guy? The great Darmani died not too long ago and is lying in his Darmani! I was shocked too, but somehow it seems the great Darmani isn't dead. Really? With this, a star of hope appears over Goron Village. Great Darmani, please do something about the blizzard blowing in from Snowhead. Well, with that, we have our goal for next episode. It's very different to other parts of the game and other Zelda games as a whole, but it's like, previously you were a Deku trying to, like, set things right that were a bit fucked up in the swamp. Here you are actively embodying a dead hero and trying to kind of ease his regrets by managing to do what he couldn't in life. It's very powerful stuff. And we're going to hold it there. This episode, yes, we've discovered we've discovered how to access the body of Darmani III, the great Goron hero. Next episode, yes, we will be trying to find a way to Snowhead in order to end the blizzard, bring spring to the mountains, and save the Goron people. Thank you very much, and good day.